Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy again, Dylan Lesson. We're here back with Dill Talk Sports. This is week 12 of the NFL season. We got the week 12 preview. Today, we're fresh to death with the Caleb Williams jersey. Y'all might say, oh, Caleb this, Caleb that. It's not Caleb's damn fault. That's what it is. And if you're thinking it too, I said yesterday I'm a big Justin Fields guy. I am. It was never his fault either. The Bears are an incompetent franchise, and they're just, y'all gonna get me all heated and shit, man. But Caleb, when he got Thomas Brown, he looks like the truth. So we'll see what happens over the years. But always be you, always be true to yourself, and keep going. So here we are, Week 12 NFL season, the preview. We're going to give you picks, a little in-depth analysis of each game and why I think it's going to go the way it is. All right? So in no way is this, everything I'm going to say is right, but I'm pretty good at this. So we'll see what we got going on. So Week 12 this week starts off with Thursday night football. So Steelers and Browns. So we have Steelers and Browns. Some might say it's a trap game. Some might not. We're going to go with the Steelers, of course. I like what the Browns have been doing with Jameis Winston. I think Jameis was the right move with that, to move to him and move forward with him, just because I think he's a better quarterback than Deshaun, and a lot of the team loves him and they rally around him. So, but the Steelers, they've been on a tear. They're a really good team. Mike Tomlin's a great coach. Russell Wilson's playing great. TJ Watt's a game wrecker. TJ Watt can carry teams just based on that defense. Cam Hayward is back to more prime Cam Hayward. He looks younger. He looks more spry. He looks ready to go. And that defense has been balling. So I think it's a pretty easy game. But again, divisional game, AFC North game, you could go either way. Browns are home, which could lead you to some ways. But we're going to go Steelers pick on that one, 100% Steelers. Next game I'm seeing is Vikings Bears. Oh, man. We're going with the hot take of the day today. We're going to go with the Chicago Bears. Straight up, we're going to go with the Chicago Bears. Unsure why. I just liked what I saw last week from them. I think they looked much better. But on the other end of that, I also think they might just start losing, just to be like, get this coach out of here and never have him in our face again. So I completely understand that. But Thomas Brown's a really good coach. I really like Thomas Brown. I think he really allowed Caleb to be himself and play with confidence, play within himself, that he kind of seemed like he was pressing with Shane Waldron. So we're going to go with the Bears in this game. It's going to be my hot take of the week. It's going to be my upset of the week. But they're at home, and it's a divisional game. You never know what could happen. They almost beat the Packers. I would have never thought they were going to beat the Packers, so maybe they'll get my hopes up. Maybe they'll let me, but got to ride with the Bears. Got the Caleb jersey on. I can't go against them, man. You know how it is, all right? So, but again, Vikings playing really good. Sam Darnold's really good. Justin Jefferson's really good. That team's very good. Kevin O'Connell's a great coach. But we're going to go with the Bears this week. Minnesota's getting 3.5, so they're not getting as many points as I thought they would, especially this. But again, divisional opponent, anything can really happen this week. Next game we got is Bucks and Giants. I think that's another kind of an easy one. I'm going to go Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield's balling. I think Mike Evans is coming back this week, and Mike Evans has always been probably one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL and even NFL history. He, I think, has 8 or 9 straight 1,000-yard seasons. I think the most to start a career. Nobody wants to talk about that though, but Mike Evans is the truth. Chris Godwin, before he got hurt, was balling. I love Chris Godwin. He was on my fantasy team. He was on my DraftKings team. He was on all my teams. So him going down really hurts, but I really like the Buccaneers. I like what they're doing. I like Baker Mayfield. I like that team. Todd Bowles has really proven to me that they're a good coach. Giants, Tommy DeVito getting the start. I don't hate it. Tommy DeVito kind of showed me something a little bit last year, but if people really think Danny Dimes is the only problem with that team, they're sorely mistaken. I'm not saying Danny Dimes is great by any means or the truth, but look at all these quarterbacks that have left bad franchises. Perfect example, Sam Darnold. We don't know what Zach Wilson can do. He's on Denver. He's not going to play behind Bo Nix, but when they get to better teams, they see what happens. When they're coached well, they get better, and we'll see what happens with there. Baker Mayfield's another perfect example. He had a good year, and then he kind of started having down years with the Browns, and now he's back with a good franchise. So we're going to go Buccaneers. They got to win to even have a chance in that division. That division is very winnable for them. They've lost a lot of close games this year. I really think that's going to be an easy win for the Buccaneers. Next game we got in the slate is Chiefs-Panthers. Guys, I mean, I don't think there's anything too much to look into this game. It's Kansas City Chiefs all day, every day. Uh, Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, Pacheco. Oh, not Pacheco, not even playing. Kareem Hunt been balling. Kareem Hunt been balling. So can't even hate on Kareem Hunt. He's been playing really well for what I think he is and where he's going. So we're gonna go with the Chiefs that game. Don't really think it's a question. But Bryce Young's been playing a lot better. He's again, when you get competent coaches around you and actually people that believe in you, it's crazy what can happen and how much you can succeed. It's kind of a funny concept, huh? So don't think that's really a question game. Um, Chiefs are Chiefs are the pick, and that's how it's going to be. So we're going to go with the Chiefs for this week, and then next we got, let's see, Chiefs get that bounce back win, which matters. So next game we got is Cowboys and Washington. Again, another game that I feel like is a pretty easy pick, man. We're going to go with the Washington Commanders. It's the Dallas Cowboys, guys. The Dallas Cowboys. They haven't been good I mean, they were good last year. Oh, it's our year. It's our year. It's not their year, because until Jerry Jones gets rid of that team, they're not going to be that good, man. He has too much power, and he hires coaches that don't allow him to overstep. That's why when people are like, "Oh, Bill Belichick's going to come here," I'm like, "Why would Bill Belichick come there? Jerry Jones is going to like Bill Belichick going against what he says." So we'll see what happens. But Washington, looking for a bounce back. They almost beat the Steelers. People are like, "Oh, that's a tough loss." That's a good team. They lost to the Steelers. That's a really good team. So Washington, again, proving that they're a good team. Again, they're a good team. They're not a great team yet. That remains to be seen. They got to do it over a couple of years. But I like the direction. Dan Quinn's a great coach. He was a great coach in Atlanta. Good coordinators around him. Jaden Daniels is really good. So we'll see what that. We'll keep an eye on that. Terry McLaurin. But I don't really think that's a tough pick. Commanders at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Rush. I mean, come on, man. Cooper Rush, Jaden Daniels, who you give me? I hope they let Trey Lance get an opportunity. I mean, I don't think he could be that bad that he's not getting an opportunity, but we'll see what happens with that. And we're going with the Commanders. So next game we got is the Patriots and Dolphins. That's another one that I think kind of is straightforward with that. We're going to go Miami. Miami's at home. Miami has Tua back. Miami has Tyreek Hill. Miami has Devin Achane. And the Patriots have Drake May. I mean, Drake May, but Ramondre Stevenson. I can't sleep on my boy Ramondre Stevenson. I like Ramondre, but Dolphins been playing much better. They're a much better team when Tua plays. He looks like he's playing with a lot of confidence, which is surprising. Everyone was like, "Oh, you should retire, this other thing," but he's like, "Nah, I'm him. I'm gonna make this happen." So we're gonna go with the Dolphins there. Miami at home, 4-6. They kind of got. They have a chance to make the playoffs in the AFC. AFC is not as good as previous years, so they went out. They could have a good chance to make the AFC and maybe surprise some teams, but we'll see. Dolphins will always Dolphins. So, but again, in that game, like the Dolphins against the Patriots. Next game we got is Houston and Tennessee. Okay, so the line of that game is Houston favored by 8. Houston's at home, which is the only thing that would give me pause to go with Tennessee. I mean, I don't think Tennessee's as bad of a team as people make them out to be. Again, like I said yesterday, their defense is really, really, really good. That D-line is serious. And imagine it. They got rid of Sweat, too. Sweat, go Bears, thank you. But they gave us Sweat, so can't hate that. But, again, that just seems like a pretty easy game. Nico Collins is back, and Nico Collins makes that team go more than people really remember. When C.J. Stroud is Nico Collins, he's a baller, and he makes things happen. D'Amico Ryan's great coach. Bobby Slowick, great coordinator. So we're going to go Texans at home. Got to go with them. If Titans were home, maybe I'd say there's a chance for an upset, but I really don't think that's a chance for an upset this day. So we're going to stay with that game. Next, we got the Lions and the Colts. Whoa. Colts at home against Detroit. What's the line on that game? 7.5. Now, I'm not saying to take Colts money line because this isn't a gambling cut or anything like that, but if I'm going for picks, I think this could be a game that could be a trap game for Detroit. Detroit's been playing really good. They've been really blowing out teams, but I think Indianapolis is a lot better team than people really give them credit for. Indianapolis, with Andy Richardson, if he plays the way he did last week and even plays half that way, they're a team to be reckoned with, and they can make a run in that AFC South or in the AFC. Like I said, Shane Steichen's a great coach. The defense has some holes that need to be fixed, and that's where I really think Detroit's going to torch them. Jared Goff, all them boys are serious and they're really good, but Detroit, Indianapolis getting 7.5. I like that line. So Colts are at home, so I really like that. Jonathan Taylor's got to get loose one of these days. So we're gonna stay solid with our Detroit pick, but I could also see it going Indianapolis' way. I don't know why, I don't know what, but that is a game that I could see going Indianapolis' way. But we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good game. Really excited to watch that and really see how Anthony Richardson plays as well as Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a great player. Sam Laporta, all of them, they're balling. So we'll stay with that. Next game we have is the Broncos and Raiders. Broncos are favored by 6. Again, that's another game I really don't really think there's really a question on that. We're going to go with the Broncos. Bo Nix been balling. Bo Nix has been getting better every single week. Sean Payton's a good coach. Raiders are the Raiders, man. I mean, they got to do something. They got to change something up, and I don't think it's necessarily only Gardner or Antonio Pierce or whatever. They're just not a very good team, man. They haven't been a very good team, and they were getting better with John Gruden. Unfortunately, things with Gruden happened. I don't think that necessarily should have happened completely that way it did, but this is where they're at, and the Raiders are just, I think, kind of now at the end of the season where they're in tank mode and ready to get a high pick and kind of revamp that whole team and see what they can do. But I really like Denver in this game. Denver's been playing really good. They got a really, really good defense. They've had a really, really good defense for a while now. So we're going to go Denver Broncos, Bo Nix. Say Bo Nix over 225, 2 touchdowns is what we're going to go with. So there's that. Next game we got is the 49ers and the Packers. Okay, this is a good game. This is one of those games that I think can go either way. We see on the line that the Packers are favored by 2. This is a game that I'm going to go with the opposite of what Vegas has. I'm going to go with the Niners. I think Christian McCaffrey coming back, getting healthier and healthier week by week. Brock Purdy's balling. Deebo Samuel's eventually got to get loose. He's got to figure it out somehow. And all them boys. I mean, the defense, Nick Bosa's a tough loss if he doesn't play, because Nick Bosa's a game record, just as TJ Watt, just as Max Crosby, just as Myles Garrett, just as them boys, Will Anderson, all them. Trey Hendrickson is in that list, actually, surprisingly. So we'll kind of see what happens with that, but we're going to go Niners in that game on the road in Green Bay. Got to win that game to have a chance at the division, I think, and push forward and really continue to make noise and be that team that people said they were going to be in the NFC. So 49ers, Christian McCaffrey is going to be the game MVP, and he's going to run all over that Packers defense. So we'll see. It's going to be a good game, but 49ers is my pick on that one. Next game we got is the Cardinals and the Seahawks. So Arizona's favored by 1 in this game on the road. This is one of the tougher games I think I'm going to pick all week. I really, really like the Cardinals. I like Jonathan Gannon. I like Kyler Murray. I like where their team is heading. They're really developing. Trey McBride, stand up CSU, go Rams. Graduated from there. Trey McBride, you're a GOAT. You're a really good dude. Glad to see you balling in the NFL. Keep going, brother. Anyways, Cardinals Seahawks. That's another tough game. Seahawks got Geno Smith, K9, DK, T-Lock, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. The defense is really, really good, but Cardinals been playing really good. If they didn't lose to the Bills week 1, I mean they're 7-3. They should have won that game, but this is a divisional game, so it's going to be a really tough game for them to win. But we're going to go Cardinals. I really like the Cardinals. I think this is the week they prove that they're a good team in the NFC and really show who they are. So we got to hope the Cardinals get that win. If they don't win, I think we're going to have a reevaluation on who they actually are as a team. But that game is the Cardinals, so we're going Cardinals. They're getting 1 point, but we're going to go Cardinals in that game. Kyler Murray over 250 combined yards, rushing and passing. The night game is the Eagles and the Rams. Eagles are favored by 3 only. I think that's another game that could be a trap game. It's a far flight from Philly to LA, so we're gonna go with. I want to go with the Rams, man, but I just can't. Saquon Barkley's balling, Jalen Hurts balling, Sirianni's playing better. That defense is really, really playing really good. If the Rams want to make something happen in the NFC this year, they'll win this game. But we're gonna stay with the Eagles and stay with that confident pick. I really like Jalen Hurts. I really like Saquon. AJ Brown's a great player. Devontae Smith, all them boys. Defense is really good. So we're gonna stay with the Eagles there. But again, long trip. Wouldn't surprise me if the Rams won, but based on what I'm thinking, the Eagles are going to win. Hurts and them boys are too hard to overcome, especially with Saquon. So last game is Monday night, Chargers and Ravens. That's another really, really good game. We got Jim versus John Harbaugh. I love that. Um, Everyone's probably beating themselves up for not hiring Jim Harbaugh. I mean, he's been a winner everywhere he goes. I don't know why teams were all skeptical about him. He's been a winner everywhere he goes. Maybe sometimes when he leaves, that teams are not in good positions, but he's a winner everywhere he goes. He won at Michigan. He won in San Fran. He's winning in Los Angeles when it was supposed to be a rebuilding here. Los Angeles. They should be San Diego still. Sorry, San Diego boys. Shout out my boy Joey. Sorry that the San Diego Chargers are not the LA Chargers, but Chargers Ravens. That's another far fight for Baltimore. It's all the way across the country. Baltimore's actually favored in this game, but I really like the Chargers in this game. I like where Justin Herbert's playing. I like Ladd McConkey. I like J.K. Dobbins. I like how that defense is playing. You know, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, all of them are still balling. Jim Harbaugh is a great coach, and the Ravens have been questionable lately. So those are my picks for the week. I appreciate y'all joining. We're going to go with the Chargers. I appreciate everyone joining. This is Dill Talk Sports, Week 12 preview, and I'll see you later.